Now, Darrell Clarke's return to Bristol Rovers comes with a fair few questions attached to it. Obviously, previously delivered back-to-back promotions from the Conference League to League One, which was very, very special. Obviously, over 10 years ago now as well. So that also comes into it. He's added more promotions, success at Port Vale and Cheltenham as well. There are a few questions that come with this appointment, whether he can actually get those heights hit again. Dan, our Bristol correspondent. Dan, just a few questions on Darrell Clarke. Obviously, he's better equipped this time, more experience in the EFL. He's got more promotions under his belt. That's a huge sort of feather in his cap. But there are a few risks to consider. Obviously, that means the expectations are going to be sky high. And fans who may live with a bit of nostalgia might think into what he's done before and expect that to go straight into place again. But it's all about rebuilding and not sort of, obviously promotions are massive sort of thing they want to chase down. And if anyone's going to do it, you feel he is the right man for the job. But what sort of factors come with this? Obviously, he's got leadership, he's got the recruitment, he'll have the fan support as well. But there are so many questions. How high are the expectations for Clarke's return? Can he get back to those highs that he once set before as a bit of a Bristol Rovers icon in the managerial dugout? So, what are your thoughts and where do Bristol Rovers see themselves in terms of his appointment and moving forward? Because, surely with what he's done in his track record in his past, it's a positive move.
Well, Charles, he certainly talked the talk so far in club media and in press conferences, saying he has this winner's mentality, this need and this will to win even. And that promotion is, of course, the aim for Bristol Rovers come the end of the season. Of course, the club will need a big turnaround given the way that last season finished. But certainly Clarke seems to have the right mentality so far. And of course, you could argue, fan service, bringing back someone who's revered with the supporters. In his previous spell, of course, he had ups, he had downs as well, but certainly I think he was a man that Bristol Rovers supporters took to in his first period at the club, and certainly that message he put on when he was coming back this time, just saying "I'm back," that went down well, and it gave fans that just bit of belief that things could turn around really quite quickly at the club, despite the heartbreak of relegation under Inigo Calderon. But can he do it? Well, that depends on the summer and the recruitment and the goings-on behind the scenes. It's probably as much as it then will also depend on what then happens on the pitch, because, of course, what happens on the pitch next season probably comes down to how the summer goes. And obviously, they've got Ricky Martin as the director of football, and he's also talked a good talk, saying that he's got the right ethos, and they're happy that they've brought in Darrell Clarke as the new head coach. So certainly between the two of them, they're thinking the right things and saying the right things. It's now just about doing the right things, both on and off the pitch. Clarke, as I mentioned before, he has this sort of winner's mentality, this confidence even. And I think he's drawing on a lot of previous experience as well that he's gained in his times at other clubs he's had since leaving Bristol Rovers the first time. And he's quite keen and confident to bring these experiences that he's had into the role now at the Memorial Stadium. Now he's back there for his second spell at the club. So lots to think about, lots to contend with this summer for Bristol Rovers, but certainly Darrell Clarke seems as if he has a plan in mind for getting them back. And he did also mention, which I found quite interesting, that the club needs to mourn the fact that they have gone down, and that will take time to get over. But that mourning can only last so long, though, because the season will come around very quickly, and they need to get down to business to make sure that they are indeed prepared for it. So, they've done the talking off the pitch. Now it's time to put those words into action so that when the time to play on the pitch does come around, they are ready for it and ready in the best possible manner, not just to have an all-right season in League Two. The aim is promotion, no doubt about it. Clarke has spoken so much about winning and the need to be elite and to win. So now that has to be put into practice and make sure that Bristol Rovers are competing once again at the top of the table.